I am at the beach. I see the waves crashing onto the shore. This image enters my eye through the cornea, which protects the eye and bends light to provide focus. The cornea blocks sand from going further into my eye. The light then enters the pupil and controls its size. The lens, which is behind the pupil, focuses the incoming light rays and bends focus on near or far objects. Since I am so close to the waves, it shapes itself to allow me to see objects within a few feet. The lens projects light rays, therefore the image onto the retina, which is the inner surface of the back of the eye. The fovea, the small depression in the center of the retina, is where visual acuity is highest. Rods are photoreceptors in the retina that enable black and white vision. They are necessary for peripheral and twilight vision, allowing me to see the waves as the light goes away and as I turn towards the rest of the beach. Cones are photoreceptors. Cones are photoreceptors in the retina that detect fine detail and color. The cones in my eye mean that I can see the colors of the beach.
So, bipolar cells, right there, are specialized cells that connect and transmit information from the rods and cones to the ganglion cells that make up the optic nerve. Ganglion cells, which are right there, receive information from bipolar cells and transmit it to the brain for processing. The optic nerve contains bundled axons of ganglion cells that hook the retina to the brain. The thalamus, which is that way, receives the most information first and then routes it to the cortex area of the brain for processing. The optic chiasm, which is right there, is the point in the brain where the optic nerve fibers from each eye cross over each other. The visual cortex is located in the occipital lobe, which is that way, which is part of the cerebral cortex involved in vision. Feature detectors, which are that way, are cortical neurons for nerve cells that make up the cerebral cortex and responds to specific features of the stimulus. This allows me to see the shape and movement of the waves.
The blind spot is the point where the optic nerve leaves the eye, creating a blind spot because no receptors are located there. This means that when I turn away from something on the beach, there will be a point at which I can no longer see it. The trichromatic theory is a theory that the retina contains 3 different color receptors, red, green, and blue, which, when stimulated in combination, can produce the perception of any color. The opponent process theory is the theory that opposing retinal processes like red, green, yellow, blue, and white, black enable color vision.